when you no longer want to keep going. God does not see weakness in that. He sees a weary heart that can still be lifted again. The desire to give up does not reduce your value before God. There are moments when the soul grows tired, the mind becomes overwhelmed, and even faith feels like it is crawling forward with difficulty. That does not mean you have stopped loving God. It does not mean you have lost your worth. And it does not mean your life no longer matters. It simply means you are being honest about the weight you are carrying. The Bible does not present God's people as emotionless figures made of iron. People who never break, never tremble, and never think about stopping. Instead, it shows real human beings. Tired, afraid, and burdened. The prophet Elijah, after witnessing the power of God, eventually found himself sitting beneath a tree asking for death. 1 Kings 19 verse 4. But he himself went a day's journey into the wilderness, and came and sat down under a juniper tree. And he requested for himself that he might die, and said, "It is enough, now. O Lord, take away my life, for I am not better than my fathers." This verse was not written to glorify despair, but to reveal that even the strongest servants of God can reach a moment of inner collapse. That is why it is important to understand this truth. God does not deal with the proud person pretending to be strong in the same way He deals with the weary person who honestly admits weakness. The one who hides behind a mask of strength closes the door to healing. But the one who comes to God honestly, even in tears, still leaves the door open for hope. Jesus said in Matthew 11 verse 28, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." He did not call the perfect. He called the exhausted. The problem is that many people confuse exhaustion with final defeat. They believe that feeling like giving up means everything is over. But there is a difference between saying, "Lord, I am tired," and closing your heart completely toward God. Exhaustion is not always the end of the road. Sometimes, it is the beginning of a true return. Even Elijah, beneath the tree, was not met with harsh rebuke. God cared for him, fed him, and restored him step by step. And this reveals something powerful. Sometimes God begins not by demanding more from you, but by restoring your strength first. The danger is that many people collapse internally while appearing fine externally. They smile, pray, and serve, while inside they are wounded and exhausted. And over time, if that pain is never brought honestly before God, the heart slowly grows cold. A person may begin to feel that God has become distant, when in reality, pain has simply drowned out His voice. Scripture says in Psalm 34 verse 18, "The Lord is close to the brokenhearted, and saves those who are crushed in spirit." God does not move away from the broken. He moves closer. The desire to give up often reveals that you have reached the limits of your own human strength. And that can become the beginning of true surrender, if you fall before God instead of running from Him. There is a surrender that destroys a person through bitterness, sin, and hopelessness. But there is another surrender that brings life when someone says, Lord, I cannot do this alone anymore. Paul said in 2 Corinthians 12 verse 9, My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. God does not need your artificial strength. He wants your honest heart. Ignoring exhaustion can lead to dangerous decisions. Withdrawal, broken relationships, unfinished callings, and inner collapse. Not because God abandoned you, but because exhaustion began speaking louder than faith. And yet, God is not finished with you because you are tired. He has not rejected you because you cried. What He desires is not the appearance of strength, but truth. Tell Him honestly what is inside you. Just do not close the door on Him, because exhaustion can be healed. A broken heart can be restored, and weak faith can come alive again. But the heart that isolates itself from God slowly becomes dry. And if you can still whisper, Lord, help me, then your story is not over yet.